Hi, how you doing, everybody? The name's Waddles, and welcome back. You know what I realized? Our starter house, the beautiful, humble, magnificent cherry mansion, it has no name. Like, I didn't name it. And that could only mean one thing, lads. The most liked comment in the comments of this episode will be the forever name of the starter mansion. And of course, welcome to Minecraft Guide, episode number 24. Now that we're in chapter 2, we gotta hit the ground running. Hit the ground running? Maybe more like hit the ground sniffing. In today's episode, no pun intended, it's all about finding the sniffer. While we go out and hopefully find more than one sniffer, we'll talk tips, tricks, and hacks all along the way. Smash like and enjoy. So we found a base location a couple episodes ago. I knew as soon as I found a base location, the first thing I wanted to do was get settled. I mean, after all, I care about my dear Bonzo. Bonzo's gotta have a nice spot to sit. Camelotl? Yeah. I mean, Camelotl is the outdoorsy type. It's got a nice home. Check done. With those two big things done, dusted, and out of the way, and of course the interior finish that I will show you later, I think the next spot to move with their base is expand it with a little bit more life and dive into the farming. And of course, the only way to dive into farming in Minecraft 1.20, well, that's with the big sniffing lad himself, the Sniffer. Today we're gonna set out on a big journey, hopefully not too far, hopefully not too wide. I think I have a decent idea as to where I want to go. And oh, by the way, brand new chest with more supplies than ever. Inside of this chest, we're gonna need copper. Inside of this chest, this crafting table, we're gonna need a stick. And then unfortunately, I'm definitely not gonna forget my bed. Very fortunately, I'm not going to forget my map either, very important. Unfortunately, somewhere out here in the wild, we will have to source a feather from a poor unsuspecting chicken. You see, if we wanna find the sniffer, we don't find it in a conventional way. If you've not been playing Minecraft for a minute, let me tell you about the brush. You see, it's kind of funny. In between episodes, I trekked all the way back over to the old base, and actually over to the nether, too, from that base. I told myself while doing that, I would not forget one single thing. Nope, not one. I got a lot of blocks, I got the copper, I got everything I needed, except water helmet, and except feathers that I had waiting for a long time. I forgot things. But I mean, it shouldn't be too hard. If we want to craft a brush, we're going to need copper, we're going to need a stick, and we're going to need a feather. We're going to need a feather, the poor chicken. I got a looting sword. Looting 2, but it's still looting. If I hit you just one time, one swoop, one smack, we get a feather. And that should be all we need. The crafting table placed down, and my friends, I would like to introduce you to Minecraft's newest tool, the brush. The brush is the big ticket to archaeology system. If we want to use the brush in survival, we need to find a suspicious looking block. Not like that right there. If I use the brush on a block that isn't suspicious, it will just brush forever. If I use the brush up, it will use 1 durability. It has a total of 64 durability, so consider more brushes or enchantments. Okay, look, I sincerely hope I'm not gonna regret this, but I didn't bring any more copper. I could always find more or something, but 1 brush. We have a challenge, a race against the clock, if you will. We find 1 sniffer egg before we use up 1 brush. All the way. Let's do this. Brushes and brush enchantments. Ooh, an interesting topic. Whoever that was, maybe it was you way off in the back that asked me about that. Yes, you can enchant a brush, but no, you cannot enchant it inside of the enchantment table. Let's say you were lucky like me and found an Unbreaking 3 enchanted book or something like that. Well, absolutely, my dear friend, you could put that on the brush, but 100% not inside of the enchanting table. Instead, you're gonna need to use an anvil and a little bit of levels. So next stop, after we get our hands on a handy brush, is going to be off to the ocean for us. But not just any ocean. We're looking for more specifically a beautiful warm ocean. And speaking of beautiful, my god, I love this spot right here. It's like, got the taiga vibe right there, so it's okay. Could be a little bit better, but like, whew, the sunset, the hills, the rolling hills. I love the curves. Curves are my favorite. It's so quaint, so beautiful, and so peaceful. The number 1 supply that you want to have when looking for a sniffer inside of your world is 100% going to be a brush. The number 2 supply that you're going to want to have when looking for the sniffer egg inside of your world, that's going to be maybe a boat. Number 3, some water enchantments. And number 4, maybe some doors too, just in case. Warm ocean, or lukewarm ocean, deep lukewarm ocean. Doesn't matter. You want to find one of those 2 ocean variants if you're trying to find a sniffer from scratch in your world. I think, like, I'm 95% sure I remember seeing a lukewarm ocean. I'm pretty sure we saw a warm and lukewarm ocean when we found Camelotl like a million trillion years ago. I haven't made it there quite yet, but I thought it was somewhere out here. I hope. After a little bit of time, hopefully your biomes will begin to warm up, and hopefully that water tone, that sweet, sweet, juicy color of the water, it'll get ever more clear, a little bit more green. Oh boy, once that begins to happen, boom, and just like that, you have crossed into a lukewarm ocean, my friend. This is where our journey begins here today. You see, inside of Minecraft, we've got two different kinds of ocean ruins. We need the warm one. Long story short, if you want to find the warm ocean ruin, you need to find the type of ocean that has sand all over the floor. The sniffer egg will always be encased in sand. See, if we backtrack a little bit here, friends, over in the colder type of ocean, it's gravel. Gravel is all over the floor. That's going to mean you're going to find a cold ocean ruin type. And cold ocean ruin, unfortunately, in ancient times, the legend says that the sniffer was not in the cold climate. The sniffer was inside of the warm one. Yeah, so take a seat inside of chessboard, inside of chair that it weirdly is stained red, I don't know. Take a seat inside of somewhere and head over to the warm ocean. I need to show you an amazing hack. Have I shown you this before? We moved the FOV down low. They said it works on Bedrock. Allegedly it works on Java though. You move the FOV down to something like that, and then you begin sailing inside of this warm climate. The perspiration, because it is so warm, it rolls down my forehead, but it's okay. We'll stay cool here by looking at the bottom of the ocean. The mere thought of something beautiful popping up at the bottom of the ocean that'll see crystal clear, well, it brings a smile or two to my face. You could say, kind of poetic. Alternatively, you look for weird land formation, something like that, or maybe you just use night vision potion. That'll help out huge time. All right, so, we done it. We found something interesting at the bottom of the ocean. This here, my friends, is a warm ocean ruin. On the floor of the warm ocean ruin, it's gotta be somewhere. Please don't abandon me here. It's gotta be somewhere. You're gonna find the sus block. No. Wait, yes, it's right there. Haha, and so it begins. The intense spy music, it kicks in. Just like we're in some sort of spy movie or something, stealthily, we sink down to the bottom of the ocean. Inside of the crafting table, we place some planks. We make a door, we place a door. All of a sudden, the spy can breathe. Now, listening closely here, it sounds like I have a visitor, perhaps an inhabitant of this ruin right here. The inhabitant is only going to cause problems, so we want to look around and try and take it out. Now look, statistically speaking here, it's going to involve a little bit of luck. If we're looking for a sniffer egg, unfortunately, we only have about a 6% chance to find one of these things in any given ruin. It's not too hot. However, I'm manifesting it right here. Manifesting means speaking it into existence. I'm gonna find a sniffer egg. I'm gonna use the brush on this block, brush slowly, and oh my gosh, no way! A wooden tool, a wooden hoe. I'm so enamored, ecstatic, elaborated, many multisyllabic words that make me seem really enthusiastic. Yeah. Alright, so check done. Number one, it's out of the way. Unfortunately, nothing good there. But what we're gonna do here is, with a torch in the offhand, using Optifine, we can see a little bit better. We need to look for any other sus blocks. Now, you need to be careful with the sus blocks. We'll just explain it to you. I cannot show you it. But basically, they break really, really quickly, and they're gravity affected. It's a great idea when you find an ocean ruin to dig around a little bit. Sometimes they could be buried. But maybe don't dig with your efficiency 7 shovel. Instead, like, by hand, honestly. Or maybe even something like a stone shovel, you know, something a little bit more controllable so you don't accidentally break the sus block. If you break the sus block, it's gone forever. And when it's gone, it's gone. The loot, you don't get it. This is sad, but miserably true. I don't know if we're going to find a sniffer at Ocean Ruin number 1. All of my hopes, dreams, and smiles have been shattered. I suppose to make things a little bit brighter, on the bright side of things, I guess there is this with the treasure and everything, but I just don't want it. I don't even care. Same with that hoe, too. Now, oceans are very, very samey looking. It's so easy to get lost inside of an ocean, and also so easy to get confused. Like, ocean ruins, they kind of typically look the same. One of my most favorite ocean tips and tricks of all time is kelp. With a little bit of kelp, you can get a little bit of help. We can place kelp all the way up, and then maybe a block and a torch on top of it. With this simple combination of blocks right here, it will signify that not only is there an ocean ruin right there, but I've also already been insanely and immensely disappointed by it. So to just avoid this whole area altogether. The beginning of Sniffer search, day number 2, sends us back up to the top of the ocean. I was thinking if I could maybe find like the edge of the biome, wherever it is, and maybe like cruise along it and start searching there. I could do things in a little bit more of like an organized order, if that makes sense. Aha, an edge of the biome. I think I've found it. After a little bit of sailing, it looks like I'm seeing gravel down there, and unfortunately, no, an ocean ruin right on the outside. Oh, but wait. Is there sand here? I mean, look, it's a big ocean ruin, really, really big, but I think we're just on the outside of it. If I look at the blocks here and I can see any sus sand at all, then we could maybe have some luck here, but I think it's all gravel. I think I'm seeing a lot of gravel here and not any sus sand, or any sus blocks at all, actually. That's weird. I mean, I got a drowned farm, that's for sure. I get a million trillion drowned inside of the water right here. Maybe I could get an extra copper dinget just in case. That's cool. Aha, there it is. I mean, it's not sus sand. There's zero chance of a sniffer egg here, but with a couple extra copper here, it doesn't matter. Now we can go ahead and... Oh, is that a shard I see, my friend? Aha, it is a shard. Just like that, our very first shard of the day. Ooh, it's beautiful. So at these archaeological excavation sites, you can find a couple different things. The shards are one of the biggest things. At each different ocean ruin here, you can find different shards. That one is probably my favorite one, the Mourner one. It's beautiful. And actually, check this out. My friend right there that was hurting me a lot, you could use these things to your advantage too. You don't have doors, not a problem. Place this thing down under the water and stand in it. While crouching the whole time, you'll take no damage. Now the cold ocean ruin, like I was saying, it's got different shards than the warm one. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any sniffer egg, but fortunately, it does have some other loot. Some of that stuff is like, maybe not too bad. In this ruin cluster, we have what is essentially an ocean ruin city. We got a big centerpiece and a couple small ruins around it. If you can find one of these places inside of your world, then you should consider yourself lucky. Because you have multiple ruins, there's more chance for more sus blocks here. And just like that, one small sharding time lapse later, and I think I've checked out, scoped out the entire ruin here. One little tip of advice that I have for you here is use the chest to your advantage. You're gonna probably end up getting like a lot of junk that you don't really want. Just leave the junk in one of the chests here. There are also treasure maps over here, but for today's adventure, that's a little bit of a side quest. You can totally make a chest boat to expand your inventory space as well. It's smart when at sea. Our next move of the day is to slowly move through this ocean and locate a village. Move through this ocean and locate a village, but maybe more importantly, locate even more warm ocean ruins this time. The single biggest rule to remember is, if you want the sniffer, you need to search the sand. If you want the sniffer, you need to search the sand. Search the sand, search the sand. Well, 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 my friend, what have we found here? Not only another drowned guarding his old home. Come on, buddy, you gotta move out now. All right, look, listen, this is the one. I can feel it. We will use the brush on this block and slowly something pops out. Please be the thing. By the way, when something pops out, if you don't really want it, like I think that might be another hoe, I could just stop brushing and it'll go away. It won't use up any durability of the brush at all. But I mean, we're here, so we might as well. What did I get? Oh, thanks. All right, come on. This has got to be the one. I got a little bit more sus blocks of this one, please. I need one sniffer egg today at least, but maybe more ideally 2 sniffer egg at most. 2 sniffer egg, please. I will do anything for 2 eggs. Yeah, so listen, this isn't an opinionated hit piece on Minecraft 1.20 or nothing like that. Like, definitely not. But I will say that it's very interesting. This archaeology system, I mean, I guess that's the point of it, but there's a whole lot of trash. A couple shards there, but a whole lot of trash. Pointless garbage. And so, just like that, in a slow slump of defeat, after you check out all of the exposed sand blocks, break out a couple more just to make sure you're not missing any. Don't drown. And then, unfortunately, it's probably time to move on to the next one. Oh boy. One little ocean pro tip that I could give you is sometimes these ruins give off a little bit of light, like magma blocks. So maybe search the ocean at nighttime. If you search the ocean at nighttime and there's like a little bit of light on the bottom of the ocean, it'll stand out big time. Chest boat, my sweet, wonderful beauty. I think it's time. My wonderful, bodacious looking chest boat. You coming with me? Aha! And just like that, before a little bit of time, an ocean ruin that is really bright and oh, no way, no way. That thing is really, really big down there. I think, I want to say that means we're going to have a, oh yeah, we're going to have a cluster. This could be the one for real this time. For real, this could be the one. We're going to have a horde of the undead drowned mobs here. But oh, after I take out this horde. Oh, after I take out this horde that seems to be armed with a trident somewhere. Where are you, little buddy? I must. There's bad foes here. Please, relieve your trident to me. Relieve your trident to you? I don't know. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, you did. Okay. Second trident. Ha ha ha. I don't know what's going on. And by the way, this is a mending fishing rod. Very cool. But I don't know what's going on with tridents in this world. But oh, baby, they're going on. I love it. All right. But one quick action sequence later, and it seems to be a little bit more peaceful here. I think we begin at this corner. Please be the one. All right, so at this point, can't lie, I'm getting a little bit nervous. I don't know where in the world other war motions would be. I haven't found any, so hopefully we'll be able to find something at this one. Please, I just need one sniffer egg. Ideally, if I can find two, like, I will make a deal with the devil. And if I can find two sniffer egg, then I will leave the ocean forever and never come back. I'll sacrifice every shipwreck to this ocean, I swear. But of course, listen up. If you want that deal, if the loot wants to return to the ocean forever, I will need but two sniffer egg. 1, 2, count them. Aha, sneaky. You see what I mean? You gotta watch out. They can be buried sometimes. Please be the one. No, you are another shard. I can tell from the start. Over here, we get close and personal. Please be the one. I almost thought it was. I can't lie. The hardest part about all this today is not dealing with drown or water or anything. It's accepting the possibility of defeat. We could end this episode empty-handed with not a single sniffer. We could. Realistically, technically speaking, there's a party inside of this house, and unfortunately, they could be celebrating no sniffer. This one is very buried. It's so submerged, so I think I will come back to it after I excavate. Is that it? Is that... Alright, moving on to the next structure. We have another one right here. We shard it out, and it looks like it's like wheat or something. The sad thing about this is the fact that nothing in life is guaranteed. Like, you never know. And unfortunately, you won't know if you don't try. But unfortunately, this means that we're not guaranteed a sniffer egg in any of this ocean. We could check out the whole ocean, and because of such low odds, it is technically possible to, unfortunately, not find one anywhere. And just get, like, wooden pickaxes instead. No. Oh no. My voice is cracking and I'm drowning. I'm drowning, but we did it. In a sad slump of defeat, I stopped even bothering. I didn't suspect a single thing that would actually happen. I didn't believe it. I figured I would dig out the blocks. It's smart to always dig around the ruins because, like I said, the stuff can actually end up being buried. I was digging stuff out around the ruin and I didn't think it was actually going to happen. This is the very final structure of this big warm ocean one, other than the middle, but I don't think they usually generated the middle. It was the very final one. I dug out a couple blocks and I found one more sus sand. and the rest is history. It's mine. You never quit. You never give up. No, just when you thought all hope was lost and it was over. Oh, just when you thought you were going to only find junk for the whole episode. Just when you thought that. It only just began. The ruin that I was currently residing right next to was the first one that I dug out. The next plan was pretty straightforward. We will slowly move around this thing in like a clockwise fashion and start slowly digging the stuff out. The rule here when it comes to digging out is pretty simple. If you hit a stone floor like that right there, 100% there will not be any more sand down below the stone. It's just how it generates. However, underneath these pillars right there, like the sandstone, absolutely, you could potentially find more sus blocks underneath that. Same with the chest, if there was sand underneath the chest. I can't believe it. I seriously kind of can't believe it, though. I was starting to lose hope on this thing and starting inside of my head secretly, thinking about what am I going to do? What is the alternative plan? Like, go out and explore and find another warm ocean in today's episode? That could take forever. How do I do it? But no, just as I was considering finding a different one. Look at that, another sand block. And what do we got here? Oh, is this a second one? No, it's an emerald. It's an emerald, okay. Emerald is valid still, but yeah, just as I was considering trying to figure out a backup plan. The sniffer came to life. Sweet sniffer. I can't believe it. We found one sniffer. One sniffer is beautiful, but if we could come out of this op here with at least 2 sniffers, that would be even more beautiful. Go around your ocean ruins and make sure you scan and check everything. It's so easy to miss these sus blocks. If you wanted to, I'm sure there's resource packs out there for like more visible sus blocks or something like that, but oh, The Sniffer shard. Oh, that's beautiful. That is beautiful and like perfectly fitting. Anyways, I'm sure there's a resource pack you can find out there that'll make the sus blocks like outlined a little bit more visible or something, but just dig slow, move slow with patience, and eventually you'll find it. Is that gonna be another one? Ah, it's square, it's a shard. I mean, check this though. You could say I've sharded all over my inventory today. This is crazy. Wow, no way. I think that that's gotta be it. That's a second one. It looks like, from the look of things, if you can find a big warm ocean, like one with the cluster, you go around the edge, and just because of how many are over here, that might be the way, like the best spot to find a sniffer egg in all of Minecraft. I think we cracked it, lads, here together, me and you, 100%. Now, one other little pro tip that I will give you here for the sand is every single time it seems like underneath these pillars, there's always gonna be a sand block. Now, of course, it doesn't mean it's always like a sus sand block, but a sand is a sand block. If there's a chance of sand block underneath the pillar every single time, like that right there, then there's a chance that it's sus. All right, so at this point in the game, we got 2 sniffer eggs, 2 out of 2. Oh, it's beautiful. Will I actually leave the shipwrecks here in the ocean? No, I lied. It took me too long. I was too stressed. They're all gonna be mine. And while I'm at it, let's actually scope out the middle of this one. So we got a bunch of small ruins near the side, but what about this middle ruin? It doesn't look like there's any sus sand here at all. From my testing, like when the snapshots were dropping with the sniffer, this seems to be what I found, but yeah, I don't think, unfortunately, they changed it. They definitely should have, though. They should have sand all over it. And so, at this point in our adventure today, we could call it quits if we wanted to. 2 beautiful sniffer eggs. I scoped out what is the rest of this entire ocean ruin right here and found nothing else. But instead of just going straight back home, what if we like look around just a tiny bit more? After all, it looks like I see, what is that, a ruined portal over there? It's something. Aha, and a brand new jungle sitting right over there out of distance. Ooh, we gotta come back for sure. But yeah, definitely a ruined portal sitting here at the bottom. Let's see what we can do. How's our luck looking? Any golden apples, my friend? Oh, and another triad. Okay, hi. How you doing? I'll take that. Golden apple, golden apple, golden apple, golden apple. Golden apple. And so, unfortunately, it is with sad heart, heavy, sad black and white heart that I inform you that I was not able to locate any more ocean ruins in that top quarter of the ocean. Unless I can find one more on my sad and unfortunate long sail back home, that'll be it for sharding and sniffing in the ocean today. Let's hatch these babies. And so I've done it. After a long, treacherous journey back home, we made it home sweet home. Whatever it's called. Unfortunately, due to lack of space in the inventory, I had to abandon some of the less valuable things inside of a chest boat that I'll go back to later on. Bonzo, I got a prize to show you. Sniffer egg. Look at his beautiful smell it. Yes, check it out. Distant and ancient. Now, I think, ethically speaking, now that we actually have some sniffer eggs on us, there's only one thing that we could do, and that is, of course, revive a long-lost ancient species. With how far we've come and done today, I feel like it would just be, like, unethical, unmoral of me to leave these things inside of an egg, inside of the chest, even if it was just for one more episode. And so, at this point, that means it's time for our good friend, Tree Chopples, and our other good friend, Comment of the Dales. Alright, fine, I'll admit it. That one doesn't flow as nicely, but yeah, let's do that. For today's comment of the day, I'd like to talk a little bit more about biomes. 2 episodes back, we talked all about great places to live and things like that. One I did not mention, because I always forget about it, to be honest. Whew, the beautiful mushroom fields biome. This take is absolutely fire. It actually made me go into a different world and double check the grass color inside of the mushroom fields, and yeah, it's absolutely stunning and amazing. Combine that with no mob spawning in that biome, and I mean, look, if you're looking for one of the most enjoyable, chill, relaxing experiences in Minecraft ever, I mean, it's all the mushroom fields. Just makes me want to set out in our world and go find one. Should I do it? Like for fun? Step number 1 for reviving long-lost ancient species that you just found is pick a spot that you would like to revive ancient species in. After that, place the egg down. The wonderful thing about this egg is you can place it down and break it as many times as you want, it doesn't matter. However, every single time you break it, it resets how far along it was in the hatching cycle. Without any moss blocks involved, this thing is going to take 20 minutes from the second you place it down until when it hatches. And the only way to speed it up is a moss block. Now, coincidentally, let's think back. Where were we just a little bit ago? Oh, that's right. We were inside of the ocean. And actually, inside of the ocean, more specifically the shipwrecks, in the junk chest in the shipwreck, you could actually find moss blocks if you're lucky. We didn't really do that today, though, so unfortunately, 20 minutes it is. If you're looking to get your eyes on the sniffer as quick as possible, I recommend place the eggs down, then start doing your build. When it comes to the build for the sniffer, I mean, we'll talk more about mechanics in the next episode, but long story short, your area for this thing needs to be at least 20 blocks. Ideally speaking though, to like maximize finding things as relatively quickly as possible, you make it a little bit bigger than 4x5. Maybe something like this. Great news, you don't need to worry about the sniffer despawning because eventually, once it does hatch, it will never despawn, even if you don't contain it. But the sniffer's whole thing is walking around, sniffing around, everything like that. So I highly recommend containing it. If you don't contain it, it could end up wandering pretty far off, actually. They kind of have a mind of their own. Another great thing you don't need to worry about is other mobs. Unlike, say, like the turtle that hatches from an egg, there are no mobs that dislike the sniffer. So once this thing does come into life, you don't have to worry about like creepers or anything like that. Of course, unless you blow up the creeper next to the sniffer. That wouldn't be good. For even more sniffer easily in the future, try and get your hands on at least 2 sniffer eggs. And so that's it. At this point of the game, all I would need to do is wait for a little while. And speaking of wait for a little while, I would like to introduce a challenge, a goal that I would like to have for, say, like, maybe the next 5 or so episodes. To help get us established a little bit quicker over at this base, that challenge, the goal, is build something new. Like, as in, add something interesting to the base in every single episode. It could be like a main build or something, or it could be something a little bit different off the topic of the episode that we'll add to the base. Maybe a statue, or even better, a beautiful food farm. So here I've got a little bit of a secret, you could call it. A couple episodes ago, when I was finding this spot, like moving stuff over, I found a couple cows right nearby and trapped them in a boat. You see, I mean, there's so many cows over here, such a nice abundance, but like I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want the cows to wander off, jump off the cliff or anything like that and go away. I trapped some cows. Long story short, to make things a little bit easier later on in the future, as in today, I trapped some cows to guarantee I'd have some. Today, because the wild cows went nowhere, the other cows will stay trapped inside of a boat somewhere over there on the hill. We're gonna bring 2 cows back over to the base, not you, 2 cows back over to the base, and set up a small, quick farm. Aha, and while I come back while carrying cows behind me, the sniffer eggs have continued to hatch. Check that out, when the egg's texture changes, that means it gets a little bit closer to hatching. Now listen, going forward here in the future, in another episode, like a couple episodes later on, we will build a really cool food farm. I have a great idea for it. But for now, just to you know, get us started a little bit quicker with some better food here. To make that happen, so we can enjoy, say, the finer things in life a little bit quicker, we'll go ahead and set up a simple cow crusher for now. Later on, we'll expand this thing into the farm of our dreams. That's today's random build. And also, that's the setup for the big build that we're going to work on in the next episode. Let's see if you're really smart and intuitive. Take a guess, what could it be? And so, the best way to find a sniffer and a little bit of an introduction to the archaeology system. That's what we got for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and early access to the episodes over on Patreon. Check it. It's been me, Waddles. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one with a couple sniffers. Goodbye.